So just turning then to due diligence that you look to do on the team, they say that founders that are starting at their second or third startup are more likely to be successful than those that are doing this for their first time. So when you're doing your due diligence, you want to look at the entrepreneurial experience that they may have, but generally you want to see, what is that history in terms of starting and growing and executing on businesses? Are they still at the company itself, or they've since moved on? And if an entrepreneur has started the business and then left, you want to be asking why that is the case. The business are driven a lot by a management team that executes. So beyond the founders, you want to see the management team, and do they have experience elsewhere executing on this? The only way you can check that is by first seeing over the years if they've been executing on what they say in the business plan they're going to execute. But two, you're looking for examples of where they've done this before. When you talk to the entrepreneurs, usually this will be reflected perhaps in where they've been employed, how much they rose to wherever they were before when they were employed. If they don't have that experience, you may be dealing with people who are not that much experience out of uni. You want to see the kind of projects they've been doing in the business to date. You want to supplement that then with background checks, especially to look out for things like integrity. And this is where perhaps it helps to invest through angel networks or through accelerators and hubs, because most of the entrepreneurs who come to these places have been observed by the ecosystem, and people know the way they behave, especially the things you won't see on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or on a CV. And to align incentives, there are certain things you want to be looking at as well for the team or as a whole. I've already talked about the employee stock options and stock option grants, but you want to see if there's a stake that the team has in the business. When you're starting a business initially, everyone is doing everything, but you want to understand that there'll be some functional expertise that the founders are developing, or they know enough to oversee or get someone to carry out that role, or they know enough to know the pitfalls and guide other team members. Yeah, and related then to the equity stake or financial stake, you want a team that is committed financially. And usually the way this may get reflected, some entrepreneurs will write shareholder loans to their businesses, or will be able to demonstrate that they've been backing the business because you see them putting money into the business account and spending this as a business, or they'll show you that they've committed savings. When you invest in the business, they may be needing your money because they don't have all the hires they need. So you should be looking out for any key hires they've identified and just making sure that these are the right ones. It is very common for businesses to be asking for money for the wrong hires at the wrong time, because that also leads to failure of the business if they look for growth at the wrong time. So you want to scrutinize which hires they're thinking about, and are they the right ones. And because the CEO is going to be a key driver of this business, increasingly what is happening is you want to find a business that has at least 2 founders and C-suite individuals, so that if God forbid anything happens, someone can step in. And for these individuals that are running the business, you just want to be sure that they are focusing on this, and they have all the support they need to be able to drive this. So you're looking for things like, yes, the entrepreneur and the manager, can they appoint and mentor and grow and drive a team? Do they have the ability to lead? Is this the only business they're working on? So they're not going to be distracted unless they tell you they have the abilities of I guess the common example is Elon Musk, but usually building one business in any market is difficult enough. So you don't want them being distracted. Do they have the kind of advisors, which is sort of what you bring on board as an angel investor besides money? And it is good always to talk to the advisors so they can give you insight. So what we usually recommend for some of our angel investors when they're investing in some of the businesses we put to them is to ask who are the current investors in the business and have a chat with them. But more importantly, look at the board of advisors of the business and speak to people on the board of advisors. So you get a feel for this CEO. What are their strengths and weaknesses? Where can they improve? Where do they need to be coached? So that is the kind of due diligence you're doing at the team when you're looking at the team.